Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution London palette to create a foxy eye look. I am first going in with the shade number 14. This is a nice neutral skin tone for me, and I'm just putting that all over the lid and up under the brow as well. So just all over that eye area. And now I'm placing some tape to be sure that I get a nice clean line when creating that foxy wing effect. So I'm taking a little bit of this red shade, which is the shade number 8, and then a little bit of that orange, which is number 13. And I'm just blending those, tapping into those both, and that'll just blend into kind of create a reddish orange color. So as I'm applying these two shades, I am keeping that shadow right at the tape line, and just sort of creating like a sideways V shape. So I'm taking that just into the outer portion of the crease. I'm not going even to the center, just barely before it, and just keeping everything on the outer area of the eye. We want to create the illusion of a nice angled eye in an upward motion. So now I'm taking my e.l.f. liner. This is the No Budge retractable eyeliner, and I'm following again that tape line and starting at about the center of the lid and just very slightly lining, following that up through the tape. This doesn't matter if it's a little messy. You don't have to be precise in this step. And I want to take that almost all the way out to the end of the brow. So you're just basically trying to get the shape of the wing. And I had a little bit of trouble on this other eye, but you just want to use that tape as your guide so that you're creating a nice clean line there. So now I'm going to tap into this matte black shade, which is number 15 in the Makeup Revolution palette. And what you're going to do is you're going to start at that linered wing, and you're just going to gently kind of tap that shadow onto it and pull inward. So you want to make sure that you're working from the outer portion of the wing and very slightly pulling that shadow inward. You want to keep that nice and blended. It's going to take a little bit of extra time when you're working in these small little swiping motions, but it creates for a much easier way to keep it blended. With most of my videos, I speed up the steps that I use to create an eye look, but with this one, I thought it was important to show how you need to be patient with the process as far as making sure you have a nice blended area there. So I didn't speed up this side. I will very slightly speed up the other eye, but I just want you to see in real time how much effort it takes to create this. Now, it isn't super difficult to do. It just takes the time that you have to make sure that you're working with a very light touch, so that you're not laying down too much shadow as you're pulling that inward. Just very, very gently working that from the outer portion of the eye into the center. So as I was looking at this eye, I was feeling like it came out pretty well. I was actually pretty surprised with how this whole process went down. I'd never tried a foxy eye before, so this is my first attempt. So here I've just sped up the second eye, but I'm following the same steps that I did with the first one. And I did lose a little bit of footage. I am taking a magnetic liner. For some reason, I lost the footage of applying it the first time. So I'm just showing you quickly. I did a very, very thin line from the center of the eye, and then I just thicken that up as you go out. So you want to follow the same shape of the wing that you created with that initial liner. And then here's some satisfying footage here. I love this process. Look at that beautiful line. This came out almost perfect. Just a nice, clean, crisp line. You don't have to use any concealer or anything like that. It just has it all cleaned up for you. So if you can see that liner creates kind of like a metallic look. It sort of looks wet. So you can tell I used that liner all the way up into the wing. So the reason for that, I will get into that as I'm ready to apply the lashes. But I do have a reason for taking that magnetic liner up so high. So now I'm taking my NYX liquid liner. This is not a magnetic liner. And I'm just very thinly lining the inner corner of the eye. Now this is a step that you could skip if you wanted to, but it just helps with creating that shape. It sort of brings that inner corner more of an angle downward, which gives the appearance of that outer corner angling upward even more. So it's really just to help enhance that fox eye look. So you're going to do that on both sides. And then I just took, sorry for being out of frame a little bit on some of these shots. I just took a clean brush and sort of blended that out. Now here's why I brought that liner up so high into the wing. So I am placing these flared style magnetic lashes. I'm starting them on the very center of my eye, and then I'm placing them against the liner, which is way further upward than my actual shape of my eye goes. So what you're doing is you're giving that illusion that your eye is, your natural lash line is in that upward motion, when really you're just placing your lashes on your eyelid versus against your lash line. So that's why you need to take that liner up so high. So if you're going to use magnetic liner, that's the reason, so that those magnets can adhere properly. If you're going to use regular lash glue, you just have to be okay with the feeling of that sticky glue being on your actual lid. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm sorry if that was a little bit of a ramble, but I went ahead and finished off my makeup, and I'm just showing you here. I'm putting my nail at my natural lash line. I'm showing you how much of a difference there is to where I actually applied the lashes. So my eye does not naturally go in that shape at all. It actually drops down quite a bit at the outer corner. So this just creates that illusion, and it really does work. I was surprised with this. It felt a little unfinished to me, so this is another step that you could skip, but I just wanted to add a very slight tight line to the outer corner here with that same black liner, and then I just very gently with that black shadow brush that we were using before, just to soften that line very slightly to give it a blend. And I just feel like it completes the look a little bit more. For me personally, I struggle to leave my lower lash line naked, so I have to do a little something to make a look feel complete. So this just very slight added step did that for me. So you can see it's still creating that fox eye shape. So I didn't compromise that look by adding that little touch at the lower lash line. But again, you can skip any of these lower lash line steps. You don't have to do anything in the outer or inner corner. But here's the completed look. I really love this. It changes your face so much. I was finding myself surprised when I was looking at myself in the mirror, like in passing throughout the day. It was like, oh, I forgot that I did this look. So here I am showing you what it would look like if you skipped that inner corner. Still very pretty, but I think that inner corner lining just helps create that angle, which I'm showing you here, how, you want that to have a nice clean angle upward from the inner corner to the end of your brow. So let me know if you're going to try this, if you've ever tried this look. Surprisingly, the lashes were feeling comfortable, even though they were, resting on my actual eyelid. I was very surprised that, I didn't feel any discomfort. Let me know if you're going to try it, if you like this look. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate the support, and please revisit.